People who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing. The Marxists, the anarchists, the looters, the agitators.
Reporting for duty.
Woo.
It's Inane Blather. I guess episode 162, we were having a lovely break from you, the listener that we have such a love-hate relationship with. Not in general, but that one listener. You know who you are. And we're talking to you. But we decided we could hop on for the new year. Happy New Year. And really talk about what's going on. Something that I have no input on, don't really know enough about, and really feel a need to... dump all of my feelings about it.
It's called shouting into the void.
Yeah.
Sometimes the only thing that you can do.
But as we say about unsanctioned foreign wars,
this is absolutely lit.
And so is being part of the collective. The one, the only... writhing, sweaty group of...
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
That call this home. Except for that one listener. You know who you are.
Yeah. I think it's actually, technically, when a group of them get together, it's a writhing horde of headstrong. You know, there's like certain names for when there's a gathering.
Not just a horde. And it's not because they're writhing. It's called a writhing horde. It's like...
Yeah, it's one word.
It's hyphenated. A writhing horde of headstrong, stubborn, vindictive, whatever it is, jerks of Inane Blather listeners.
I don't listen to this show. Yeah. I'm not a listener.
Well, Anani Ratalb, shout out to Annabelle
nice.
for an incredible Inane Blather piece of artwork that's sitting over here next to my computer right now. I got to figure out how to set up this room so it can be in view and I won't have the black void behind me, so it could be on there. But Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Instead of drinking an energy drink like I usually do, I just opened a beer, a non-alcoholic beer, but to celebrate our ongoing war effort.
Hooray!
Yeah.
For the boys, wherever they are, whatever they're doing.
I think the term war is funny because I feel like there's usually like two...
Yeah, there's resistance of some sort.
Forces.
It's like a conflict and not like a just total surprise.
Belligerence.
Two countries in two parties in agreement to go head to head.
And that it'd probably have some build up to it, like something happening, like a bunch of, conflict happening between your countries, like very directly being like, it's escalating. It's like, man, things are getting really tense between these two countries. And then it's like, you know what? We can't use our words. I'm gonna drop a bomb on you, baby. Yeah. Like,
I like that song.
And instead it's like,
it's like a sucker punch.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Instead it's like,
if we're going by your guys' standards, then that would mean there's no such thing as the war on Christmas. That would mean that my war against diapers.com is all in vain and not really a war because they don't know that I'm doing it. War can mean different things to different people. But
yeah, I guess there's that's like a very Jordan Peterson thing is like, what do you mean by war?
What do you mean by war?
I mean, I guess I kind of thought we had a sort of general sense of the understanding, of like or in retaliation or something. It's like not usually like usually you try to go into negotiations if you're having issues. Like supposedly, I'm gonna say if they gave a shit about the opioid crisis, the Sackler family would be in prison. It's all bullshit. We know it's all bullshit. But if it was about that, let's just say that it was about that we're getting a bunch of fentanyl is coming from Venezuela. Okay. So you just drop a fucking bomb on their main city and kidnap their president?
Well, I mean,
What?
Hey, that's one
like,
way to do it.
Have a summit or something first? Like have a meeting? Like
also
maybe you
fun-
guys want to
Meeting.
Like it's also fun to just be like, there's fentanyl coming from Venezuela.
I mean,
There's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Sure.
course.
Well, that's what I was.
Anyway.
It was all saying. Even if that was true, which it's not, I think fentanyl. A lot of it comes from China, and we fucking started it.
Yeah.
We did that to ourselves. We fucking started it. We created the market, and China. They know how to corner a market or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
For being
just
a bunch of
really-
commies, are pretty good capitalists.
Yeah,
we are such consumers, and
Yeah.
we just really are. But we started it. Like, people wouldn't have a drug. Like the opioid crisis was, the effort of
homegrown, baby.
companies. Yeah.
Mhm.
With like FDA backing and stuff. So
If there's
it
one
was,
thing we're good at, it's making drugs. So
oh yeah, and targeting
That's why our
vulnerable
healthcare
communities.
is so good.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like choosing, let's say, crack. We'll bring that into the Black communities that already are struggling with systemic injustices. Opioids. Let's bring those into communities of like poor white people that have high rates of disability and unemployment and blah 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 blah. So yeah, Venezuela is really the problem here. And you know what? If they were selling drugs to us, I respect that more than killing your own people with drugs like the Sacklers did. It's like, damn, you just really like, at least if you're, hey, I mean, whatever. I love drugs. People can do that. It's sad that people overdose, of course.
Drugs
that
are
problem,
fun.
That's true. That problem
job,
is
Cody.
like so much more than just having access to it, but it's also, we just already had a bunch of drug addicts before, like opioid addicts before China ever got in the fentanyl game. So
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, it's funny. You're like, well, what? So all these drugs are coming in, so you just like bomb their country and take their leader. It's like, we did that. We've already done that. What good did that do? I mean, the invasion of Panama and the arrest or kidnapping of Manuel Noriega that happened, of course, under George H.W. Bush. Let's see. He was wanted by U.S. authorities for racketeering and drug trafficking. And Noriega surrendered. The Panama Defense Forces, which is funny, PDF, nerds, were dissolved. And Guillermo Endaro was sworn into office. So it's like, we've done this. And so it's like,
sure didn't solve our drug crisis.
Yeah, did that solve? I mean, I don't know. I've done a lot of cocaine. I'll say that. And I think it was all after this happened. So I'm pretty sure we could still get cocaine. And
I know it for a fact.
And it's like, and that was what? At the end of the crack epidemic, which was pretty much started by people like George H.W. Bush, the fucking former head of the CIA. It's like, good Lord. At least that, though, had some sort of like semblance of like, not agreeable, but of logic to it and some manufactured consent behind it. That's what I've been saying all day, is just that, of course, and we're just alluding to this entire time. We just go right in. But so we could date the episode, we just struck Panama, Venezuela, Vuvuzela. Yeah. So for no reason. But the complete lack of care with this one, where it's really funny how it reflects this ongoing thing about the Trump administration to me, where on one hand, people rightly say that, Trump is just a continuation of these same policies, especially of the Republican Party of the last 40 years or whatever. But he's just like continuing things that we do or have been doing, just kind of ramped it up a bit. But on the other hand, it's like, but it is different because like he kind of proves how much they can get away with. He kind of like showed all these guys that are dead now, but like showed Bush and Reagan and stuff where it's like, you didn't even have to try. Like it's around enough. You just have enough support. You get a couple of guys on the Supreme Court and have some absolute sycophant lunatics in Congress. And what are they going to do? You just pull an Andrew Jackson and say, what are you going to fucking do? Because it's all so clear. No one's behind, like in support of this, like it was with the Iraq War, where we ramped up, spent a year, talking about weapons of mass destruction, putting in all this false information, whatever it might be about weapons of mass destruction and all the bad things that Saddam did and all this stuff so that the American people are like, yeah, let's take him out.
Talk about 9/11.
Yeah, he's connected
9/11 had just
Al-Qaeda, and all that. So, yeah, so you have to like put in some work. It's like they kind of attempted while they started blowing up boats and killing fishermen and saying, hey, they're drug smugglers, we're all behind this, support the troops, what are you with the drug smugglers? But it's like, that didn't even work. Like that did not get the people into a frenzy about Venezuela and how we need to put a stop to this. No one fucking believed it. Not even,
it was not popular.
Yeah, it's not popular. And they're like, well, whatever, let's just do it anyway. It's like, we don't even need an excuse. We'll just say to the American people, as the president, we're going to make a bunch of money off of the oil there. And he's said it multiple times. Like, he was asked by a reporter at the White House, does this mean we're going to be occupying and administrating Venezuela? And instead of saying yes or no, he says, well, it's not going to cost us any money either way. And it's like, that's what we're not worried about the cost of the military at this point. That's another conversation. We've been shouting into the void for years and years and years about that. I'm not talking about spending money to invade Venezuela. Are we going to occupy a foreign nation? It's like, he's like, yeah, but don't worry. There's enough oil for us to sell that it's not going to cost any money. Like, sickening.
It's like, do you understand what the government does? Do you understand what it means to run another country's government? Do you understand that the government,
in Iraq,
interwoven into the fabric of our lives and at every level when you're taking over at the presidential level?
He doesn't understand what a government does. He's the president.
And he said, we'll be running it for a while and we'll have help from oil companies. Mm-hmm. Straight up, running a government. It's like, this is your prison system that you're running. This is whatever kind of infrastructure that you have. It's like people's whatever kind of form of, I don't know what they have as far as what would be Medicare, Medicaid, those kinds of things. The government does a lot of things for a country.
Kind of all the things.
Yeah, it's a really important thing. And who the fuck are you to come in here? As much as I wish that something would happen to Trump really bad and horrible and we'd all get to delight in it and he would be gone from our lives forever, I don't want another country coming in and taking over without my say. I like democracy.
Yeah.
I like the power of the people having a say in their lives. This is so unbelievably unfair to the people of Venezuela. Whether or not they support Maduro is not really the point. We don't give a shit what they support or not. We're doing this for wholly selfish reasons. And it just is so... It's just so unfair. And I just don't, it's like, what are other leaders saying, like, to us? Be like, you can't do that. What, are we just going to go take Greenland and then we're going to have to go to war with Europe?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's next, right? It's just proved how easy it was with Venezuela. So it's like, what, we're going to fight the Netherlands or whoever it is, the Denmark? I don't know.
Like, yeah, if they're part of the EU and then the EU has to come together and be like, okay, what are we going to fight our ally? What if our
part of NATO?
We're allies with these people. Like, and he cut like targeted attacks, like Mike Johnson. These Republicans, they totally fell in line, like behind this targeted attacks. It's like civilians were killed.
Yeah,
motherfucker. Imagine if U.S. civilians were killed in an attack like this. How? I mean, we know the reaction because it happened after 9/11. Like, we got into a war, whatever, with Afghanistan, and we just randomly, eventually just left.
Yeah.
You know?
And now we're right back to 2000. The Taliban's in charge. And
we just left. And how much we have... You know, it's like how we have so much healthcare spending and we have the best, like some incredible technology, but we have such low life expectancy. It's like how huge and bloated our military is. And we lost to Vietnam and Afghanistan. We couldn't even win those wars. We're fucking pathetic. Our soldiers, they're not good at, well, I don't know what they're good at, honestly. They're not good at winning wars. The last time we won was World War fucking II, and that was with the help of our allies. You know,
I'd say
we were
the
helpful.
Soldiers are good enough. The generals and the president are not.
Sure, sure, whatever. Foot soldiers, whatever. They're just doing what they're told.
Yeah,
sure.
We have a lot of them.
It's like
that's part.
There's no. We have so many, and everyone's so fucking stupid. All the people making decisions make horrible decisions. They just destabilize. Maybe we get rich, but we don't win these wars.
Yeah,
we didn't win in Afghanistan. We're Iraq. I don't even know what that is. Korea. We're still over there. You know, like, I mean,
North
that was
Korea
like a million years
an
ago.
Incredibly belligerent, failed nation state, practically sanctioned by the entire world because of what we did in the Korean War. Like, straight up.
We are bad at winning wars. We're just good at making a huge mess. We just come in and shoot up the place and depose people. And then we have no fucking idea what to do next. You know why? Because we don't know how to run a fucking country. Look at us. We're a joke.
I mean, like, we don't care. They don't care about winning. It's about whether or not they're going to be making money and they're getting their government contracts paid and their...
It only highlights
and their fucking oil stolen from other people's land. It's just big money.
Yeah, people like Chevron and Halliburton and all these other companies, they look at it and they say, yeah, we've won all of those wars. What are you talking about?
But you know what would be
no problem. Lockheed Martin, we're always winning.
If we're going to be imperialists and do this kind of like modern day, whatever this is, imperialism, at least can I go visit Afghanistan more easily? Like how Brits used to go to India? Yeah, what the fuck am I getting out of this at all? Like, even if I was a selfish white person like that didn't give a shit about brown people getting killed, you know, it's like, but then couldn't I live in this incredible whatever? It's like, what are we getting out of this?
Vacation homes.
Yeah.
You know? Like, where's the real estate?
Can't I go live somewhere else where I can look down on the natives? You know, like
if we're going to be imperialist and settler colonialists, why aren't you giving me 40 acres and a mule in North Vietnam? You know, why aren't you giving me 40 acres and a mule in the mountains of Afghanistan?
We lost in Vietnam. Afghanistan, but also
because we could just because we don't even take over. It's like we don't even know how to do that. I mean, it's like, so be imperialists or don't. This middle between, it's like,
that
you know who
funny,
doesn't win? it's just like, it's really only rich people. It's like literally every single other person. Obviously the countries, and I'm not
Natalie,
taking it
we
lightly that
have
we kill a bunch of
Hawaii.
people, but
Okay,
that's true.
we
We have
won Hawaii.
Alaska.
We won Hawaii.
Alaska,
We
Puerto
bought
Rico,
Alaska.
Guam.
Sure, Guam. Yeah,
There's some territories
US
that we
Virgin
took that we
Islands.
could go to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
sure.
So,
But it
That's
is
true.
funny, like you're
we could just
saying,
not vote or whatever, I guess. Or no, we could because we're a vote.
out of all
But,
the, it's like out of all the countries to go in and be like, you're running your country wrong. We're the ones. It's like, look at where we are. It's like the drunk walking in and telling an Uber driver how he should do his job. Like, what are you talking? I'm not going to listen to you. You've lowered your mortality rate over the past decade. Your country sucks. But it's
like a drunk person walking in and telling the president what to do, because that's
Yeah.
literally Pete Hegseth.
Yes, that is what's happening. But and it highlights I think what Danae was saying. You just had mentioned, like, it's, well, these other companies can win or whatever. It's like, it does highlight the whole idea, like the Hassan Piker idea that we're not a country. We are a few huge corporations stacked in a trench coat. It's like, and so if you look at it, it's like,
we don't live in a
oligarchy.
society, we live in an economy.
Yeah. And as an oligarchy, it doesn't matter how many people die or whether we, quote, win the conflict. It's like they are the actual country that's actually getting some sort of benefit out of this. Even besides the military industrial complex, you talked about that for 70 years. Eisenhower warned against that and how much money they make through these conflicts. But now it's other ones too. It's like Palantir and oil companies. Ugh. And probably like going forward, things like Starlink
AI companies
and
hardcore.
Yeah, who knows? It's going to be like Amazon's going to be making money off this somehow. AWS.
Yeah,
or
they're
something.
probably going to get a deal to like ship food over or something.
Yeah,
that's
they'll wet
one of
their
the problems is we got to go make sure that Venezuela can.
Oh yeah, and they'll need
airway.
infrastructure while we're administering all of their technological infrastructure. So AWS will be in charge of the entire fucking country, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and we get nothing out of it. The American working person, gets to see multiple wars waged for oil, and gas still costs $4 a gallon. That's like
$4.67 in Seattle.
Oh God. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was being a little hyperbolic, but yikes.
No, I know the one closest to me is $4.67.
Yeah, I think I paid close to $5. I filled up next to your house the other day, Nat.
Whoa.
It's like $4.90.
Expensive.
Yeah. So where's our oil
in town?
Well, we just get cheaper plastic packaging. Maybe that's how we're winning. We're winning because we get more cellophane. That's
and I get more ads while I'm pumping this unbelievably expensive gas. I have to listen to your stupid fucking ads while I'm paying these high prices, and all you guys ever do is go after oil and make all this money. And man, oh man, yeah, I can't even.
So forget about it, cuz.
It's so. This whole thing with Trump, with Venezuela and Trump and like the way he's going about it, like we're saying, it's like, so like I said before, he's so deadly unserious about everything. They're so, it's just, I'm struck by it so often how satire is dead with this administration. Like you couldn't, like writing this is fucking corny as fuck. Like the stuff that they do, it's so embarrassing and cliched. They're such a fucking cliche. They're so unbelievably unoriginal. It's like you guys are the tropes. I guess that's conservatism, is just
Hashtag support the tropes.
Support the tropes. I
funny.
do feel like every
Shut the
day
hell up,
it's
bitch.
Like
No, not
someone
you.
just
Sorry.
like went. It feels like someone just like went and like read a couple sci-fi novels, dystopian sci-fi novels, and they were like, you know what? Let's do this one next month.
That's
Let's
like
try this
Elon
one.
Musk.
Let's just
I
do
want this to be like cyberpunk. Bro, living in a cyberpunk world is bad. That's what you make this
Pete
cyberpunk
Hegseth
truck.
said
It's like
we're
that's
talking
a bad
about
place to
going
be.
to. We're talking about going to war in this press conference. Pete Hegseth says they F around and find out. It's like you just said that at a press conference about war.
What is it
And
good
you
for?
think you're like a warrior? You're a douchebag. Like
Yeah.
you're just the worst kind of douchebag. You're so incredibly like not qualified, not dignified. There's no dignity. I do get a little bit. Is it Schadenfreude? Looking at Marco Rubio standing behind Trump and just seeing how truly seeing someone be dead inside is like it's interesting.
That's
and he
dark
deserves it.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah,
Not just seeing like someone fall down and reveling in it. It's like his life is over.
you have
His soul is
sacrificed
gone.
any moral standing you ever had. You have you're corrupted. I mean, you're a hollow. You're not a person. I mean, you are sort of, I guess, but man,
You're a human.
Oh.
Not a person.
yeah, you're a human, but you've lost your humanity. So I just looking yourself in the mirror, man, I bet he avoids it because it's he just looks really, really like affected by it. Is how I'd say.
Oh,
Not that
Marco.
I don't feel bad for him. I feel like there's so many, these guys, it just shows how spineless these people are. It has been,
that is a really embarrassing part of it is the fact that it's not from these rabid, foaming at the mouth war hawks. It's from people being spineless that gets us into war. It's the opposite. It's not even like some warrior thing. The only guy that's close to that is our drunken defense secretary. And it's like, that's who they're falling behind, or what's going on? Who's like hyping up these guys to get on board with this? It's like, they don't even need it. They're not hyped. They have chosen to sell their souls to the devil, and they're realizing that the devil chickens have come home to devil roost.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
Did you just say devil chickens had come home to devil roost?
Yeah, because it's devil related.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And are they going to hatch some deviled eggs?
I wish. Then something good would come of this administration.
I know.
Me meeting the devil. I love your eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the hey Satan, what is that, like paprika or something? He's like, why is this the only thing that anyone asked me about?
So it's his one hit. So I guess we're saying as inane blather and Ani Ratab, we're coming out staunchly against this attack.
Oh, no,
Don't quote me on that, though.
I'm so pro oppressive imperialist state, dude.
And even outside of like
spine.
imperialism and corporate colonialism and all this stuff, it's like just straight up anti-war. That describes Trump supporters, supposedly. Like, for so many of them, like people that were dumb enough to believe it, like it was idiotic to believe that, but they did. So many of these guys did. Like, that was a big part of like the podcast bro wave that helped get Trump elected. Totally. You know, when they talk about that, Those guys constantly talked about how he was the anti-war president. How it's like, man, look at Biden's in charge and all this war in the Middle East, war is still going on in Ukraine,
military.
yada, yada, yada. And then it's like, Trump, prove me wrong. Trump is the candidate for peace. And now he just spits on that. He's like, I don't fucking care. He's like, yeah, we're going to go get some oil. Like, what are you going to whine about it?
I feel like the only way that people would maybe, I mean, I never trust anything he says, and he's just going to do whatever he's going to do. But, there is something about like hyper nationalism that would maybe, it would be less of an incentive to
go to war,
to be at war.
Yeah.
So yeah. Though I mean, like, I don't know, that sure didn't stop Hitler,
like libertarian style, where it's like, I mean, American
get me out of every
libertarian.
country.
It's like,
I want to be
wasting
like
money.
My own. Yeah, I want to be me. I want all of my money to go to me, and I'm all. I don't care about my allies or really anything like that. I'm just going to be here. I never think that Trump is. I don't even think Trump is a nationalist. I think Trump is a Trumpist.
He's a Trumptionalist.
Also, which means rapist, and that's a euphemism for.
Well, he's
pedophile,
but a Trumpist because he can go fuck himself.
Yeah. He just cares about himself. But I was, it's like depending on who's in his cabinet. I was like thinking that maybe it was possible that would keep us from doing too much foreign stuff like that, regardless of whether or not I agree with why they would not be doing that, because they're that kind of racist. And, it's like they don't even want to spend money bombing brown people. Some of these hyper nationalist, like racist kind of guys.
I don't want our troops to have to touch those people.
Yeah. Ew. So I thought maybe their disgusting like white supremacy would maybe keep that just like a little bit in check within our borders, maybe, or like turned inwards to us or whatever.
Just be fascist instead.
Like with ICE, like what they have been doing. But the big thing is that we mentioned it earlier, maybe Happy New Year, that we got the 3 more years of these, which is like, man, this was just like, boom. The beginning, it's like, we got through 1 year and we literally just kidnapped the president of another country.
When you said that today in the group chat and you're like, we have 3 more years of this, like it really got me. Like, I was like, oh my God, it's not even January 20th. Hasn't even been a year. God damn it. He needs to drop dead.
I really wonder if, I mean, like, optimist here, I guess.
Okay.
That he'll
like,
die.
wouldn't it be nice if it got recognized as the war crime that it is, and then like people actually tried to like impeach him for real again?
Well, he's been so
I
like,
know, isn't that like so?
I wrote this down here. Impeach me again. I dare you. He won the presidency again after already having been impeached. But I do like that optimism. I think that's
Did
really.
he say that? Impeach
No,
me
I just wrote that. I was thinking about, because what would we do? What would it take from these spineless cowards? Even if they grew a spine to the point of impeaching, it's like Richard Nixon resigned. That's why he left. It wasn't because he was impeached. It's because he resigned, because he was ashamed, because he was like, oh God, I really fucked up. This is so incredibly embarrassing. I got to get out of here.
He was a psycho and a racist and all that, but he was also like a real president. Like, he was like an actual politician.
Whatever you want to call dignity is or whatever, had some sort of feeling that was like, I am not going to double down on this. Like, he was too smart to... So evidently, all you have to do is be a big fucking moron, and you could just double down, and nothing will happen, because this institution of impeaching. Because what would have to happen is like whatever that amendment is in the Constitution
25th.
That says you can literally remove a president. You can have them removed if you just vote. You vote him out.
The cabinet
and that
has to vote him out.
Yeah, like there isn't, and that's
we missed that
not.
Point.
Going to happen.
Yeah, that would have had to happen during Trump won.
Congress. They'd have to change the Constitution to be able to do that, and they could. You know, I mean, they could do that if they wanted to do it through those kinds of means, but they won't. You know, they could say, all these states could come. We could be like changing the Constitution. You just have to have like 2/3 majority of states to ratify things. And they can hold special elections. They could do whatever they want. They could do their fucking jobs and get rid of this tyrannical guy
and govern.
Otherwise, it has to come to like a coup. And it's like, but you guys could just fucking kick him out. You could change the Constitution to make it so Congress can remove a sitting president, like in some way or whatever, you know, like,
yeah,
you have to have 80% of or whatever. You have to make it really high standard, blah, 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 blah.
Actually doing their job. That'd be crazy.
You guys could fucking, there's all kinds of, you guys are supposed to know the Constitution. This is like a huge crisis that we're having, and impeaching doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's been impeached. He's the president again.
Well, the fact that impeaching doesn't matter just proves how much further out of reach any of that other constitutional amendment stuff would be, because that's the Senate, you know, won't even remove him from office during an impeachment. It's like, and what, we're going to get 2/3 of people to, you know, these states. That's who's doing this is like, it's pretty well represented states wise in terms of what a state would do by their representation in the Senate. And that's the big joke here. That's what's so horrible. That's why like this Congress can't even fucking keep the government open, you know, because, and it's like, they're not going to change the Constitution. But that whole, the fact that there's 3 years left, like we're almost 25% of the way through. And then it's like, is Tim Pool going to be right eventually? It's like, are we going to be in a civil war? Like, because it's like, when you start reaching these points where it's like, what can be done? Because it's not popular, most of these things. The domestic things haven't been popular. There's a couple of like policies or ways that it works where it's like, wow, actually slightly over 50% of the American people agree with, like, even like some of the ICE stuff where it's like 51% of the American people think that like, I don't know what it is, fewer undocumented people should be here. And then like 80% of them disagree with how it's being handled. Like none of this stuff's popular. The war isn't popular. War generally isn't popular. And this one even less so. And it's like, so how is anything going to change? Man, I don't know. Like, the states are going to threaten to secede? Oh, that literally leads to civil war. We've done that before. And I don't know. It's pretty dark. It's pretty
I feel like where we should have taken a stand is like this time around. I mean, even through his first presidency, like he fired so many people until he's just surrounded by sycophants. And then this time around, he's like, I mean, these people are so unbelievably unqualified for their jobs. They're totally there because they'll suck Trump's little mushroom whenever, you know, like whatever.
My prickly
whatever
mushroom.
He says goes. And
that's his
in the first term, his cabinet, maybe there would have been, if anyone had a fucking spine back in 2016, there was a lot to talk about that it was possible to remove him from office. That he was not fit. He was not fit to be the president. It was shocking for people to see, like, how he treated people and all that. That was our time to do something. And now it's like, yeah, it's going to take an... I was going to say an act of Congress, and that's so fucking laughable.
Yeah.
That's like relying on an act of God.
I was going to say,
literally,
I'd prefer relying on an act of God. Yeah.
It's such a joke.
Like, I think a hurricane has to destroy the White House with him in it. Literally an act of God. will be what
like literally
would
like
happen
do
first.
big damage.
Yeah.
It feels bleak at the federal
Bleak.
level. It feels
That's
bleak.
what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I mean, really, what it is?
Not good.
That's what it is.
How do I possibly figure out this impossible riddle? Thank you, life, you asshole.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you do? You organize with your community, because yesterday I went to Honorable Mayor Katie Wilson's inauguration at City Hall in Seattle. It was packed. It was really nice. You know, her speech, she had like, actually my colleague spoke there. She had community organizers and all that there. And it was nice. It was just like, it just was like a little moment of like, Seattle seems like it could be making some progress, and like she really gives a shit. Like it really, you feel that. And she's like, want to live in a city that honors what you're doing when you're not making money, you know, like give you space to like do art. It's not just about like, you know, like this isn't just a math problem to be solved about shorter commuting times and, you know, making more money and balancing your revenue. It's about your life. It's about having time to lay in the park, and it's about having time to volunteer if you want, or create music or do something. It's like she's talking about the innovation of Seattle, that's like the software industry and like the medical research that's here. We're like leaders in both of those, and we are a city of innovation, but innovation isn't just the things that you get paid to do. And it's like in music and art and all these different ways, like we have a culture here that's like being ground out of us because it's too expensive, because people can't live here. And when they can, you don't have enough time to work on the things that make it life, because you have to, I mean, people work second jobs and they can just barely, it's so hard to live here. It's not really that, it's not livable because it's so expensive and because the buses don't run on time and blah, 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 blah. And she's just talking about, yeah, like the city that we want to see and the city we are. And I've thought that before about how big tech has just like crushed our personality. Like, I mean, Seattle has like become less of a, I mean, it's like a ghost of itself because of the affordability crisis that came from big tech coming in the way that it did, you know, and the attitudes of tech workers and all that Silicon Valley kind of stuff coming up here into Seattle and blah, 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 blah. And just what a cool city it is, and how people want to live here, and people should be able to live in the place that they. Yeah,
it's not
Bellevue.
Bellevue. We don't want a big Bellevue. We want a Seattle, and Bellevue's over there. That's for those
and
people.
Even then, Bellevue is actually going to, I think, really benefit from this light rail that's about to open up between Seattle and across the floating bridge. First one, I think, in the world.
Cool.
The train that's going across it, but
they probably have like a one that goes 300 miles per hour in Japan. No.
Yeah, but literally Bellevue is only, I mean, it's in a beautiful spot, obviously, it's beautiful out here, but it's the only coolness it has is because of Seattle is close by. Like the culture and stuff is like, you know, I mean,
shopping malls.
Yeah, certainly Seattle and Tacoma, those are places with personality.
Yeah.
Bellevue is Microsoft.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it just is.
The
like,
money.
Bellevue's just corporate.
It's the money that led to this entire problem.
Yes. But it really felt like, and there was a quote that she used that was like, it's like from different socialist movements, suffrage movements, like, we need rent, but we need roses too. And like, just, we need more from our lives than just making money and just working. And it was just really nice to hear that, like, said from the mayor, you know, and saying, I campaigned on taxing the rich, and, you know, I want to bring communities together. And it just
and there's
was
a
really,
reason for that.
Nice.
Yeah. You got to be able to see it in day-to-day life. Yeah, you got to have roses to stop and smell, and you have to have time to stop and smell them. They're both, and it's kind of connected too. And it starts with taxing the rich. But yeah, that whole idea of an identity or anything like with a city, it's like, Yeah, it's like, I mean, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden didn't come from the Bellevue area. It's from Seattle.
Jimi Hendrix is from Seattle.
Jimi Hendrix and minus the Bears, Tacoma and Seattle and Sir Mix-a-Lot, But
there's an art scene
it's like
here.
A difference between where I live, like the Tri-Cities, versus a real city like not even Spokane, but like Seattle that has like an identity, and people can be happy about being from there and living there and representing their city, and you get your because it's community. That's what it is,
and it's supposed to be like a cool place. Like it's Seattle's like, it's not as weird as Portland or whatever, but it's like maybe you see it as like very environmental, like environmentally friendly. You see it in these ways that it's just become about like Amazon, and it's just, and those are, like software and these advances. It's like, great. I mean, there is innovation that goes on that way that does make our lives easier. If the profit motive, blah, blah, blah. But this, I mean, yeah. All this research that happens here, the University of Washington and Fred Hutch Cancer, like the research center here, these are like world-class research facilities. I mean, and the
Seahawks just won 14 games today for the first time in their franchise history. All right,
the Mariners almost went to the World Series.
They were one game from the World Series, and it's beautiful. And people live here even though it's dark at 4:30 for like months out of the year. I mean, it's dark winters.
A lot of places, but yes.
Well, up
only
north
up
enough.
north.
Yeah.
California doesn't do that. Las Vegas doesn't do that. It's the farther north you go, the more of a problem that is, or whatever, the more of it happens.
That's true.
But it's like, it's worth it. People love it. And that's what she really like. It was like, yeah, we love our city. And that was her whole campaign during it was, this is your city. Like, and like the mayor's office and like just as a community organizer coming in and being like, I want your guys' feedback. And it felt really genuine. She's not a politician. Like she's a community organizer. She's never held an elected position. She's
even though that's what a politician
doesn't really
should
have, like,
be, organizing a community.
She doesn't really have facade or anything. It's like she's genuine. She's a nerd. She's a wonk. And it just feels she ran from Seattle, mayor of Seattle.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have a car. She doesn't own a car. She doesn't rent a car. She lives in an one-bedroom apartment with her husband and their 3-year-old daughter. And she cares. And she ran because Seattle wants what she wants. Because she ran because we passed Proposition 1A, which is a social housing initiative, which is going to be publicly owned, permanently affordable housing of multi-level incomes where you can make 0 to 120% of the area median income. It's publicly owned in perpetuity. There are varying income levels. Yes, that's literally the plan. Yes, like that's where like the inspiration of it. And when that passed with overwhelming like support, like 60% support, she decided to run for mayor because she's like, this is like Seattle wants these things. Like they want these progressive ideas.
Movements.
That progressive revenue, like the jumpstart tax that she helped do as a community organizer, get passed.
Every time your battery dies in your car, you get taxed.
Yeah. You make over $1 million a year, there's a tax or whatever on that. And it goes to fund. I mean, yeah, just like there are people want this. And she wants to help make it happen. And it was a really just like nice. It's like it was a positive. It felt good. Like Seattle is going in a direction that we would if the people were listened to. Like it's what the people want.
What makes it even more disappointing to hear that Mom Donnie is in support of this Venezuela action.
Yeah.
He's 100%
I called up the
behind
president today and congratulated him.
Yeah. Mom Donnie, he's all for it. He's like, get that oil.
Yeah. Give me that oil, baby.
I was gonna say, just to put a little bow on it. It's interesting. Go ahead.
Before you do that, did we talk about our governor yet?
Oh,
Bob Bergeson?
Well, Governor Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah. So he actually announced last week that he is trying to propose a bill at this legislative session on taxing people who make over $1 million.
He came out in support, of this. Well, Sean Scott, who's from Seattle, he's a Washington State representative. He's a cool guy. He has a bill. That's what this is like. It's at the statewide level right now. It's kind of like there's been a huge. That's pretty. I would say, if I was a writer, this is a seismic shift in Washington State.
You are a writer. We just started a Substack. It's empty.
That's true.
We love seeing that Bob is reading the writing on the wall.
Yeah,
because if he doesn't, he's he is so
toasted.
fucking out of here. If he doesn't turn it around really quick, he is really, really not popular.
No,
the
state's really hard to live in.
That's a bit of interest. Yeah, we'll get you, but. Yeah, I think it's really interesting because it's been a lot of pushback in Washington, like really strong pushback. It's like in our Constitution about not having a state income tax and all blah, 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 blah. But now, I mean, here in Seattle, it's already happening, like with the jumpstart tax. And then some of these incoming like council members are really like strongly in favor of taxing, like they say, like excess wealth or whatever, however they describe it. And then Sean Scott, came out with this bill. And then Bob Ferguson, I was so surprised, is saying that he supported it. And it's like, whoa, this might become, there's like a Democratic supermajority, I think. Or maybe they don't have, I don't know if they have a supermajority right now, but in the state. But Democrats are definitely part of the problem on this one. This is like not a culture war thing. It's a class war thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think that the appetite is really there. Like people are really not having much sympathy for billionaires anymore, or like as much like positive, positivity for them as they have here, even in the past couple years.
Yeah,
so
all it took was making it impossible to live
yesterday.
And having one of the billionaires do a Sig Heil last year, and finally the tide's kind of turning. It's like now we're doing the even further action to enrich billionaires, like going to war with Venezuela, or filling up private prisons with innocent immigrants, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's legislative session now, so we'll keep you updated on what happens here with some of these things as Washington State moves forward, because so
they need to do something.
Could be something interesting.
We need to be on good footing once we secede next year. Obviously, with what I'm saying.
Literally, we need to fucking figure something out, because some of the like federal funding cuts, Washington State has we take advantage, we have some strong systems and support systems and stuff because of our partnership with the federal government. And as they change guidelines on things it's been a huge thing for us in homeless advocacy work and stuff, and housing providers and low-income housing and all this, the changes in the continuum of care, of how much money they can be allocated to the different providers for different, because they fill different roles, and how there's going to be tens of millions of dollars in cuts to programs. And Washington State,
but we're going to make
a lot of different states, but we'll have to just
by selling oil in Venezuela. Trump
everything should be free now. Yeah.
We're going to become a communist state, and everything's going to be free.
Selling Venezuela's oil. And they can just fuck off. But there's some of these funding cuts. It kind of gets okay, and let's just say, to tie a bow on it, Trump really just doesn't want to talk about the Epstein files.
Mhm.
And it's like, why
Gee
do you
whiz.
even give a shit? None of your supporters will ever believe it. Even if they see a picture of you fucking a 14-year-old,
Mhm.
they won't believe it. So get on with it. Like, you don't have to cover anything up. You guys are getting away with it.
Yeah.
You guys are all old motherfuckers anyways. You're going to die before there's enough political will to hold you guys fucking accountable.
Mhm.
We know you're pedophiles. Get over it. Say it's AI and move on with
Because
your
it's-
life.
Because
Like,
it's not
and
about
stop
the
bombing other
pedophilia.
countries to cover it up.
Yeah, it's because of the other stuff from the Epstein files, like Drop Site News revealing, that Epstein was literally in charge of surveillance programs for the state of Israel.
Israel.
Like, it's like it's way more than just pedophilia and that being some sort of blackmail thing that they'd use on people. It's like it's because all these state actors are literally just involved, like to a degree that it seemed so conspiratorial and nonsensical before, and it's all just true. It's like, oh yeah, no, I mean, he was connected. Ghislaine Maxwell is like directly connected to the Mossad, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But and then with
What are they going to do?
yeah,
Panama Papers came out, not shit happened except for a reporter got killed in a car bomb.
yeah.
So,
Well, that's something. But
it
speaking
wasn't
of
all
Panama,
bad.
I was going to put the bow on the Venezuela thing just by saying you can always look back at how history often rhymes with itself, so that it rhymes, like George Lucas would say.
Yeah.
But
It sort of rhymes.
I mean, just before we decided to kidnap the president of Venezuela and bomb his innocent people with overwhelming force in one day, he was already going to come to the table and negotiate some deals in order to combat this fake drug crisis that the United States kept pushing to manufacture consent. After killing 120 people out in fishing boats, he's like, yeah, no, we'll do something. I'm going to meet with President Trump. That was, 2 days ago. And instead, they said, well, I didn't think he would actually agree and come to the table. We got to do this now. But
Well, also, China was meeting with Maduro yesterday.
mm-hmm.
And so,
Saw that.
Well,
couldn't have
Manuel
any
Noriega.
of the oil. Yeah, couldn't have oil get
Mhm.
promised to China before we could get our hands on it.
Mhm.
So,
Well, Manuel Noriega, who had long-standing ties to United States intelligence agencies, consolidated power to become de facto dictator in the early 1980s. Then the relations between Noriega and the U.S. began to deteriorate, and his criminal activities in association with other spy agencies came to light. And so in 1988, he was indicted by federal grand juries on several drug-related charges, and negotiations seeking his resignation, which began under Reagan, were ultimately unsuccessful. And so they tried to just put him up on these charges because they're like, well, he isn't our pawn. He's straight up, he's not our pawn anymore.
Special.
Yeah. And because they don't care when he's a fucking dictator when he takes over, but then he's working with other countries and not doing everything we say. So in 1989, after Noriega annulled the results of the general elections, President Bush responded by enforcing the U.S. garrison in the Canal Zone. And following the declaration of a state of war between Panama and the United States, he authorized the execution of the Panama invasion plan. So it's like, well, actually, in that, though, 23 U.S. soldiers and 3 U.S. civilians were killed. I mean, compared to 516 Panamanians, but still, the United States government cited a responsibility to protect American citizens residing in Panama along with the need to enforce democracy and human rights as rationale for the invasion. And I've been hearing that too, even from Trump, where he'll say in the same speaking engagement where he's talking about getting oil from them, just being very straightforward and talking about taking their oil. And he's also saying, and it's good to help the Venezuelan people. And he's like, and people, Venezuelan people that aren't in Venezuela. And actually us too. Like that's like almost word for word what I heard from him.
Everybody?
But, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just feel like, do better. Like these guys go to war like so easy. It's so embarrassing.
Oh,
that's like, if that's like one of your first options, that's so cringe of you to go to war.
And I was going to say, because it got mentioned before the show, but of course, they feel like Maduro wasn't legitimately elected, which he likely was. And his opposition, that right-wing leader, who knows, maybe that's who they want to put in charge, since this is obviously about regime change at the same time. The opposition in the last election is incredibly pro-Israel. Super pro-Israel. Whereas Maduro is not, of course. But, it's just that's why they're a terrorist nation. That's really what it is. They stand against that's just one marker. If they stand with the people of Palestine, well, yeah, it's a terrorist country. But just one thing to keep in mind.
Not the country that goes and just bombs random fishing boats. Yeah. That's not the terrorist country.
Yeah. No, yeah. Israel is just a little United States over there. That's just the same thing.
It's more like the United States.
You're saying it as R.M. Brown says it.
I am saying it as
R.M. Brown. The president of the United States.
It doesn't matter what religion people are or whatever. It's like, it's not because presidents are Christians that they're horrible in the United States. It's not because Netanyahu's Jewish. It's because they're men with power.
He's Catholic.
Yeah, it's not. It's Lenin or whatever because he's an atheist. I don't know what he is or whatever.
I'm the walrus.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm the walrus. Dude.
All of this is just stupid little man syndrome. Just all of it. They're so embarrassing. Going to war is so embarrassing. Like it's one of the most embarrassing things to do.
So mortifying.
It's like
I was like
dead.
You're
like
the
literally,
guy
I
who
got
in a fight
by
at
a
the bar.
gun.
That's what the country is. You're the guy who got in a fight at the bar. Everyone else held their shit together and was normal human beings, but you got drunk and got in a fight.
And you killed a child.
Yeah, and then ran over a school child on the way home because it was only 5:30.
oh,
That's how embarrassing it is.
This is so selfish of me, but like I was just starting to feel like, it's gonna be fine. Like I can travel internationally. Like it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Like
Yeah, Danae's going to North Korea or something like that. Pretty cool.
Going to visit.
You're like, well, there goes my trip to Venezuela.
Yeah.
Well, despite all of this war on drugs effort by the Department of War, not the Defense Department, that's what I keep thinking, I would bet, easily take the bet that we can all get cocaine just as easily as we could a month ago, no matter how much war with Venezuela we do. And I'm sure we can get fentanyl too.
Oh, the streets of Seattle prove that you can get fentanyl. I'll tell you what. Right down from my house, I'll see people doing the lean,
Yeah, Venezuela isn't in the top 10 exporters of either one of those drugs, even in South America. Like, It's because that's what it's not like, I mean, only idiotic Facebook poisoned boomer white women are actually thinking, well, they bring fentanyl. It's like anyone knows that cocaine is what comes from South America, and Venezuela isn't even the producer of that. It's Peru and Bolivia and Colombia. It's like none of it.
It's because they don't do drugs.
Yeah. But
maybe they should get out
you
more.
could see
Try
some
fentanyl.
movies.
Yeah.
They need to, well, maybe they just need to get into drugs and then they can learn about sourcing, you know? They can like really start to figure out, because they love that shit. Like,
so thoughtful.
My, you know,
so thoughtful.
My Whole Foods smoothies.
Yeah, what they need to know is that
drugs
like, is it farm to table?
Fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is the cocaine organic?
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Like, yes, damn. No wonder it's so expensive.
Yeah. Just got you a coca leaf.
Is the fentanyl organic?
Well,
yeah, fentanyl, that whole thing, it's like we've had issues with heroin usage for decades in the United States. That's the way that it goes. And like you were saying, Natalie, it's people like the Sacklers and stuff that made this way worse. The fact that we don't even talk about heroin, which is a big problem for people, but it was OxyContin and now fentanyl, and it kills people because it's too strong. It just shouldn't, I mean, it shouldn't leave a fucking operating room, but...
And people get prescribed it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Exactly.
But the market that they created, it was the Sackler family. And we'll just say it and say it and say it. They knew what they were doing and they killed people and they did it. And they're ruthless drug dealers.
They're just trying to get one up on that other country we invaded because the Taliban was making all that money selling opium and heroin.
Yeah.
They're like, hold my fucking beer.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll close it by saying war. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay. Love you guys.
Okay.
Awesome. Shout out to RM Brown. Shout out
everybody.
Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to everybody. All of our listeners.
Bitches leave.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.